Hope everyone's having an awesome Thursday, almost a Friday, right? Why did I cross my fingers? Not like I'm hope I make it. Well, I guess. Anyway, hope everyone's doing really great. I am here because I wanted to share one of my little fast cooking tips for you guys. It's not gonna be very long at all. It is just like a little time saver and a money saver, and I wanted to share with you because I just learned it recently. So I thought I would share. How many times can I say share? Drinking game. Every time Alicia says share in this video, take a shot. Not responsible for any accidents you might get into or phone calls you might make. Okay, so what I'm talking about today are dried beans. They were really intimidating for me when I first started using them because I was just a canned girl, and I do for some things like cannellini beans, I do almost prefer the canned ones. There is a planning element with dried beans because usually, ideally, what you will do is put the beans in a bowl, cover them with water in your refrigerator for anywhere from 6 to 24 hours. The longer that they soak, the more of those starches that make beans a little hard to digest sometimes will break down, so you're not going to have that much of an issue. Digestion for beans isn't that big of a deal for me, but if it is for you, then the longer you soak them, the easier they will be to digest. So if you forget or just don't feel like getting up off the couch that night to go soak your beans, you can still use them and still save some money because they are substantial. Not like canned beans are super expensive, they're not going to break your bank, but you can definitely save money by using dried beans, and most people will argue that they are better for you than canned beans anyway. So wherever you stand on that, if you have some dried beans like I do now that you wanted to use but you did not take the time to soak them, here's a little quick tip. So I have a cup of black beans, and so you know, a cup of dried beans usually yields about 3 cups of cooking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I got my beans in a colander here, and I'm just gonna rinse them. The thing that I would say that's really beneficial to soaking them are the pieces that are like this. They all float to the top. If they float to the top, that means that they're hollow or they're just really partial, and they're not going to really benefit you in any way. That was a mean thing to say. I'm sure you serve some sort of purpose, Mr. Half Bean, but I don't really want. And I'm gonna go ahead and dump the beans in here. And what we're gonna do next is just cover the beans with water. Usually when you make beans or rice, beans and rice, not a coincidence, water measurements are really important. Not when you're making this quick little shortcut method that we're doing. All you need to do in this step is just cover the beans with water. I like to put maybe this much on top, so what is that, an inch? You're not gonna go wrong. Your beans are not gonna cook. They are super, super dry, and they are not gonna cook right now. So please, do not use any broth or throw in all of your awesome spices and garlic and herbs, because all you're gonna do after I show you the next step is rinse them off. So they're not gonna really hang on to any flavor yet. All this is doing is fast forwarding the process that would happen with them should you have soaked them. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, see what I mean? Not very much extra water in there. What I'm gonna do now, put my lid on here and turn my flame up super high because I want these to come to a boil ASAP. All you have to do now is let these babies come to a boil. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, Velociraptor. Velociraptor rex. If that made it, you're welcome. Anyway, you want to have these boil for an hour, then we're going to rinse them, and then you can start your recipe. So while they are a time saver, they're not, if you're looking for something like a quick 20-minute meal, 30-minute meal, you just want to make some black bean tacos, you just want a real quick soup, you probably just want to hit the store and get a couple cans of beans. If you have some time like I do now for them to boil, rehydrate, and then for me to start cooking them. My black bean recipe, just so you know, takes about an hour and a half for them to properly simmer. If you have a few hours or even just a couple, you can definitely still save money, still save that step, don't have to go to the store and pick up a can of black beans, and you can still get that yummy black bean dish and goodness that you're hoping for. I'm gonna let these hang out, change out of my work clothes, and I'll be back as soon as these are done. Okay, so if this is happening, you are doing, it's been like an hour, and this is the consistency. So if you didn't know that I hadn't soaked these, it might even look like they're done. I'm gonna try not to burn myself. Ah! Just kidding. It wasn't funny. But if you try to push them, they're not done. They're definitely still firm. Also, just, PSA, if you have just put literal boiling beans in your colander, use a spoon to stir them because you'll burn yourself. And no, I definitely did not learn that the hard way. So real quick, I wasn't going to do a cooking tutorial, and I'm not, but this is my lazy recipe that I wanted to share with you guys. So usually I will chop onion, garlic, I have fresh herbs, and the dried spices I'm using are kind of minimal. Today's not that day. I'm not going to take you step by step, but I just wanted to show you that you don't always have to just like chop, chop, chop and like spend your entire life in the kitchen to have a really nutritious, whole foods, plant-based meal. So I'm just going to show you what I use really quick. This is the vegetable broth I'm going to use. It's Pacific, the low sodium kind. And then I use onion powder, garlic powder, throw in some oregano, thyme. I really recently have been trying to add turmeric to as many things as possible. Turmeric is so crucial, guys. Like, it is an amazing, super accessible spice that you can obviously cook with it. It dyes everything, so be careful. You can also buy it fresh and grate it down. I just did that for the first time a couple weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. But it doesn't have much of a taste, in my opinion, so it actually can kind of be snuck into a lot of things. It says that it has a mildly peppery flavor. Maybe I just have like a really high tolerance to peppers, but I don't think it does at all. It's a really excellent anti-inflammatory. I am 100% gonna go buy turmeric capsules so I can start taking those like M&Ms instead of taking a lot of ibuprofen, which isn't great and lowers your vibration. So turmeric, I'm gonna throw some in there. Falafel spices. Girl, you not making falafel? I know. But you know what's in falafel? Cumin, oregano. It really smells like, I don't know, anything Middle Eastern or semi-Hispanic. This is going to be awesome, and I can save my cumin because I only have like this much left. And can you even make black beans without cumin? Here's my super secret ingredient. Liquid smoke, and yes, I broke the cap, but the bottle was still full. This is, you need like 2 drops. It gets really strong really fast. This is what fools a lot of meat eaters because they're gonna associate that flavor with something that you usually get from something that is smoked like over a fire, like bacon or ham, anything that's slow roasted really. This here gives you that flavor. You don't drink it, it's not awesome for you, but it's gonna totally replace that flavor that you would get from like a ham hock or something like that. Then this baby. This isn't for the faint of heart. We got this one actually in St. Martin when we were there for our wedding. It's what it is, a ghost pepper hot sauce. And it even says like danger ultra hot on here. That's how I like it. So I'm gonna skip the cayenne pepper. I usually do. I don't cook with black pepper very often because my wife hates it. So here we go. I've got about a tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and the falafel spices. Everything else here, thyme, turmeric, oregano, and this super spicy hot sauce. That's about it. I wish you could smell this like already. I low-key want to stick my face in this. That's what she said. Okay, so once it starts to smoke a little bit, I make this little hole, which is probably super unnecessary, but I like to. And then I pour in my broth. You don't have to use broth, you can use water. I actually use water most of the time. I just happen to have picked this up because I've been sick, so I've been making like the most soup. And boil and simmer for really as long as you can. If you can put this in a slow cooker, even better. If you have all day, if the mood strikes you in the morning and you don't want this until, you know, now, 6 o'clock or so, hit it, girl. Leave that on the back burner. Leave it on the back burner. Come back to it. It'll be super yummy. It's like chili. You know, the longer it hangs out, the better it's gonna be. So I hope you guys really got something out of this and learned something today. Let me know in the comments below if you try the quick soak dry bean method, or if you want to see more of my black beans. I have like 15 variations, not because that's all we eat, but because black beans are probably my favorite food. It's a toss up between black beans and french fries. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Love you.